Hi, everybody. It's Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to Adventures After Dark. I'm excited to be here. I am way late. I didn't get a chance to download the update before I was supposed to start streaming. I was not expecting a big update. I am ill informed. Anyway, crazy week at work. Haven't had a lot of time to game or to update games, so my apologies for my tardiness, but I am glad to be here. I am very excited the weekend's finally here, and I'm looking forward to playing. So, let's get started. We will continue with the Adventures of Dardanissa. High Elf Burglar Extraordinaire. Zinger checking in. Hi, Zinger. How's your week been, bud? It took so long to install the update that I finished my snack before the stream started. I had Planters, peanuts, and chocolate trail mix, and ate it all. Forbin Kids here. Well, that is good news. I figured as late as I am, I'd probably be soloing it tonight, but maybe we'll have enough people around to do something together. We'll see. Forbin Kid had a bowl of pretzels. That sounds pretty good. Roar said I had the stream up but walked away, so your sudden voice scared me. That's okay, Aurora. I startle Mrs. M all the time. I'll go walking out into the living room and I'll be like, "Hey, Pookie," and she'll just like, "Ah!" Like, you knew I was in the house. Inquiring minds want to know is here. I don't know if Inquiring Minds has started streaming yet, but Inquiring Minds is threatening to stream Lotro. So when you do, let me know. We'll get you shouted out. We always like to see more people streaming Lotro. It's good for the community. It lets old players know the game's still alive and well. It helps new players find the game, ask questions, see if this is something they might want to play. Not yet, learning green screen. I've been streaming for 7 years and I don't have a green screen, so don't feel like you absolutely have to. Yeah, and I see this. I've had friends in the past who wanted to start streaming and they get all hung up on graphical overlays for their channel and green screens and stream decks and mixing boards for their. You don't just play and have fun. And if you add a second monitor so you can read chat while you're playing, great. And if you add a webcam so people can see your face while you're playing, great. Everything else is just kind of fluff. And I kind of keep my stream at a bare minimum just so it's not a big hassle and I'm not dumping a bunch of money on frills. And, I've got a Blue Yeti microphone. That's probably my biggest nod to my streaming ambitions, was dropping $140 on a microphone, which at the time it was considered hands down the best microphone around you could get for streaming. I've had mine for a long time, so it wasn't inexpensive, but I've gotten my money's worth out of it. And hindsight being what it was, I probably should have gotten the Snowball mic instead of the Blue Yeti. But that's okay. The Blue Snowball sounds almost exactly as good, and it's less than half the price. There's other good microphones out there. There's a lot of good streaming gear out there. I eventually moved my microphone to a shock-absorbing boom arm. It still picks up desk noise when I thump the desk. What are you going to do? Anyhow, Zinger says, just put a giant check in your background and you won't need a green screen. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Edo says, Egarther. Hello, Egarther. Big Ed's voice woke someone up. What a dramatic reversal. You're not wrong. Hello, Edo, and hello, Egarther. Heck, we might have enough friends popping in. We can get a whole raid put together. We'll have to see what happens. Anyhow, so I had to bow out on Wednesday night from our regular Adventures on Gladden group. I got tied up at the office almost until 9 p.m. Central. I got home about 8:30 after a 12 and a half hour long day. I was just tuckered. I think I watched TV for a little under an hour, dozed off in my chair, woke up at 11 and headed straight to bed. It was like, oh, I gotta get some rest. Um, yeah, work's been challenging this week, but I think we'll survive it and move on to bigger and better things. The Tones are at the Prancing Pony on Gladden. And it looks like Ruin is assembling as well. I think we're going to have some concerts going on tonight. That's pretty exciting. You are here now, that's what matters. Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it. I'm feeling loads better, although we've had snow days here, a lot of snow here. My company has a fairly sizable office presence in Lone Tree, and yeah, I was wishing one of my coworkers well. He's stuck home with his kids for a couple of days. I'm like, oh, I hope you have enough bourbon to survive the snow emergency. When Mrs. Mustafa and I are home stuck together, I can always just give her a Benadryl and it at least buys me 4 hours of peace and quiet. You do that to young children and people think you're horrible. Well, it looks like we've got 4 of us if we want to group up and do something. I'm getting to the point where I'm holding the group back again. I just saw Forbin Kid hit level 80. I'm still level 72. And probably need to get some more work done. So, let's see. Sand Lurkers, Karis Galadin, Trestle Bridge, Trader's Wharf, Thinglehead. I was going to stop just short of 80, but got over killer mood. That happens. So maybe the thing for me to do is go to Karis Galadin and ride across and see if I can pick up some of the epic storyline in Mirkwood. For some reason, I think the epic storyline might be important there. Missions are good for leveling. I know Siege of Surland misses you. It is my dream to stream Siege of Surland at tier 12 difficulty on Lotro stream. And I want to spend like 4 or 5 straight hours getting my ass handed to me on that delving for all to witness the horror and the glory. Oh, somebody just left. I think that's a wild zinger. Not that there's such a thing as a tame zinger, don't get me wrong. And oh, I have a point to spend. That's very exciting. What's not completed yet? Looks like I need a point here. I need 2 points there. Who knew? And I have to look around my giant Blue Yeti mic, which is blocking the upper left-hand corner of my main gaming monitor. There we go. It's a little better. And I am earning confidence. We switch over to red line. I have a point to spend here. I just finished going through Swanfleet Cardolan for the first time, and I made sure to give Siege of Sirlon my respects. Nenya the Legend asks, what class is this? I'm playing a Berg. And I frequently submit that if you have never played a burglar in Lord of the Rings Online, you've never truly played Lord of the Rings Online. It's a super fun class. And one of my other favorite classes is Champion. And one of the things I love about this game is if you can go through the exact same content as a Champion and then go through it again as a Burglar, and that content will play radically differently even though both of them are melee classes. The skills and the tactics that you have to use, it's quite different. And I think that's true for most of the classes. How you approach something depends a lot on your class, the class's strengths and weaknesses, and that's one of the reasons why Lotro feels so, I'll say infinitely playable, but maybe not infinitely playable, but extremely replayable. A lot of us have a lot of alternate characters across different servers, and we love to play the game and try all the different classes and different strategies and different trait lines. And so this is what I've been putting off. The
success of the Hidden Guard's errand will
depend. The Hidden Guard storyline, for those of you who have not been through it before, it's a good story. Find a coffer and defeat orcs. I could do this. Especially at level 72, I can do this. There is a company of elves and dwarves that have the captive Mazog, one of the orc leaders from Moria, and their plan is to take him to Dol Guldur to exchange him for some dwarf prisoners. And the epic storyline throughout Mirkwood details how that unfolds. Well, it looks like I have a lot of wargs left to kill. Which is weird. It's not like I was shy about killing wargs when I was here before. Yay, more Skarn. I don't really need any more Khazad Skarn. Maybe I was going the right way. I guess I was. Or I wasn't. We'll find out. Or I was. Or I wasn't. Nope, I wasn't. I thought I might have come too far this way, and I had. The area I'm looking for is back this way. But as long as I got goblin scouts to kill, I'm all good. I did the Mazog Escort quest a few weeks ago. I still remembered some of it from many years ago. I don't want to spoil anything. It's not a happy storyline. It's very well written, though. I think it's a good example of the creative storytelling and the deftness and skill of the developers at Standing Stone. It is quality content. There is no lag, there is no lag, there is no lag. Come here, you. There we go. Alright, Goblins the Murky's done. Somewhere there's supposed to be a lockbox. What am I looking for here? Find a coffer. I'm looking for a coffer. I think the coffer I need to find is quite a ways away. We ride for the coffer and for glory. See if I can sneak past these treacherous elves. Oh wait, I'm a treacherous elf. I forgot. Be very quiet, I'm hunting wabbits. Well, it is Lotro stream. We should probably talk about food. Adventures in dining this week. I had lunch at a really good Chinese restaurant here in town called Blue and Fly. I have no idea where that name comes from. They have some really extraordinary dishes. I had ordered the lamb noodle soup, and it was absolutely terrific. The noodles were tender with a bit of very pleasant chew to them, little thin slices of lamb in this really just delicate succulent broth, and the whole thing was covered with cilantro, both leaves and stems. And I thought, man, there's no way the lamb is going to hold up to all of this broth and all of these herbs and all of these noodles. And everything was just perfectly balanced. It was really good. And my coworker ordered braised pork belly that was in this absolutely wonderful sauce. It was kind of like a Chinese barbecue sauce, if that makes any sense. And we're looking at the dish, and it's like, oh, that pork belly looks absolutely fantastic. What is that with it? Are those mushrooms? Are those olives? And we couldn't figure out what these little round brown things were. And he's like, well, try it and let me know. I'm like, okay. And I pull one of these things out and eat it. And it was a boiled quail's egg. They had added quail's eggs in with the braised pork belly. It was absolutely phenomenal, really good. We also had a sautéed beef tripe appetizer, and I ordered some kind of golden honey bread appetizer. It was like 6 little buns. They called them golden milk bread, and there was just a little bowl of it was either half and half or whole milk that you dipped the bread in and ate it, and everything was really terrific. And the bill comes, and my work buddy pulls out his credit card, and it doesn't work. She comes back and says this card didn't work, and he's like, oh, that's the only card I have. I'm like, don't worry about it, I'll cover your lunch, you can get me tomorrow. And as soon as she walked away with my card to pay for his lunch, he goes, oh, that's the old card, I've got the new card right here. And I was like, nice going. So I got to foot the bill for both lunches. So the next day he took me to a chain restaurant I had never been to before. He had never been to before. Bring the coffer containing information. Oh, I have to go find another coffer. Alright, I thought I was done. I was excited to be coming back here already. I'm going to go find another coffer. Adornell says, it looks like I have a good bit of grinding to do for the Spring Fest. A lot of cosmetic and housing goodies I want to grab. And that elk mount. Don't forget, elks are delicious as long as we're talking about food. Anyway, so the next day, I had never been to Bonefish Grill. There is a Bonefish Grill about 4 blocks from our home. And for whatever reason, actually I think somebody gave us a gift card to Bonefish Grill, and Mrs. Mustafa claims to have lost it, and I think she might have gone there with friends and used it without me. And then she fibbed and said she lost the card, and then she never wanted to go to Bonefish Grill. I'm like, why don't you want to go to Bonefish Grill? I just don't like the place. Well, how can you not like the place if we've never been there? That's why I think she went without me. Um, so she kind of busted herself on that one. I thought I just looted the orc leader's coffer. I was just here. I just clicked on this thing. You search the coffer but find nothing that mentions Mazag. That's why I'm still looking. Okay, that's really annoying that it didn't update the quest tracker. So Bonefish Grill is owned by the same people that do Carrabba's and Outback and Fleming's Steakhouse, and I think they've got one or two other restaurants. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. We started with the Bang Bang Shrimp because if you talk to anybody, they're like, "Oh my God, you have to try the Bang Bang Shrimp." The Bang Bang Shrimp wasn't great. It wasn't bad though. It was pretty good. It's just fried shrimp with like a yum yum sauce on it, kind of like a sriracha mayonnaise, and some green spring onion. None of which is a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. That's all fine. And to their credit, the one thing I'll say about it is the shrimp wasn't overcooked. The shrimp was done very well. The texture was good. It wasn't rubbery. They managed to keep the breading crisp even though they covered it with the sriracha mayonnaise, the yum yum sauce, whatever the hell it is. While whatever it wasn't particularly creative or spectacular, it was very well done from a cooking standpoint. It's easy to overcook shrimp. It's easy to end up with soggy breading, and neither of those things happened. So the appetizer was fine. I don't know if it was worth the $14 we paid, but my coworker had to pay for it, so I was happy to try it on his dime. And then I had a shrimp and scallop linguine, scallop and shrimp scampi over linguine. It was on their spring specials menu. The pasta was overcooked. There was no chew to it, no toothiness. It was not al dente. It was cooked all the way through soft. It wasn't quite as soft as like a Campbell's chicken noodle soup noodle, but it was pretty soft. And then the seasoning on the linguine, it was all breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese and a lot of pepper. And you didn't really get a whole lot of shrimp or scallop flavor out of it. They kind of masked the taste of the seafood, which was a bit disappointing. Also, the seasoning profile didn't really evoke spring. It would have been better as a winter pasta dish. Just because of the spiciness and the pepperiness. It was pretty bold flavors, probably too bold for the seafood that they had in it. Okay, well, I've got the document to bring back, so we can probably write it out, quicken this up a little bit. Gippio checking in. Hiya, Gippio. Booze runs are an efficient way to earn festival tokens in bulk, especially if you have the Fateful Toolkit. Took you out to McDonald's the next day on his bill? No, I made sure that I busted him and ordered exactly the same amount of food he did the previous day, so that my lunch and tip would be as much as I had to spend on him. He got a crab and avocado salad, and his didn't look that good. Whatever crab was on there was in very small pieces, as was the avocado. But it was also blended with mango pieces. Again, very teeny tiny little diced pieces of mango to go with the teeny tiny diced avocado and little itty bitty bits of crab. But the whole thing was nicely dressed over a big bed of fresh spinach. It was chilled nicely. It was a pretty good salad. I don't know what he paid for it, probably too much, but it was a good salad. The service was excellent. They took very good care of us. And I'm happy to report they did have Coke Zero on fountain, which was a big plus. And anytime we got down to about that much left in our glasses, they just brought new Coke Zeros out for us. That was pretty cool. Go talk to the other guy. Okay. Hello, other guy. Is it this dude up here? It is not. It's this guy over here.
At last, someone who will listen to me.
Of course I'll listen to you.
Mazog will account for all slights in time, both real and imagined. Radir has planned a course through Mirkwood that
Travel
avoids
with
some
the
of its
Hidden
overt
Guard.
dangers. The Hidden Guard departs for Radir's course through the Drownholt at midnight.
The first leg of the Hidden Guard's journey will take them through the treacherous fens of the Drownholt, a perilous road, but a necessary one when secrecy is so highly prized.
So, if we go try a new restaurant at lunch, we usually both give it a letter grade to see how we like it. He gave them a B, I gave them a C+. So, Bonefish Grill's not the worst place on earth to eat. Like I said, the service was nice, the restaurant was nice, the food was okay, some of it bordered on good. But yeah, it had its issues, so... why people are bragging up Bang Bang Shrimp, I think they need to get out more. But I specifically asked our server whether the Mussels Josephine or the Bang Bang Shrimp was better, because I love steamed mussels, and the Mussels Josephine on the Bonefish Grill menu sounded like they were very competently done, and he's like, no, that's a much worse appetizer. We get those sent back all the time because the mussels don't open, which just means they have old mussels. They're not selling enough mussels to keep fresh mussels around, which with a chain restaurant, that's not that unexpected. But they don't recommend the mussels, and therefore the mussels aren't good when they do get ordered. But we took the server's advice and went with the Bang Bang Shrimp, and it was. I mean, there's a lot of really mediocre appetizers out there. Mozzarella sticks, jalapeno poppers. These are all things that I enjoy eating, but they're not. I don't brag about my jalapeno poppers if I go out and eat jalapeno poppers. I enjoy them. They're okay, but you split a jalapeno, you stuff it with cream cheese, you bread it, you fry it. It's not rocket science. And the Bang Bang Shrimp had that level of simplicity to it where it was like, oh, this is pretty basic, but at least it was well done, competently done. So, Ponton Finberry checking in. Hello, Ponton. Use the banner of the Gladden host to issue support commands. Okay. You should probably shut your face, Mazog. Probably shut your face, Mazog. Weird the lizards aren't moving. He wasn't just whistling Dixie about slowing their movement. Threaten Mazog that you'll go kill his buddy Egash for the 16,000th time. Pond Finberry is eating a peanut butter cookie. That does sound delightful. Okay, why are we hanging out back here? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the occupants of the grand stairs are pretty happy we've moved on finally. Oh, okay. So glad I ran out there without talking to him. This isn't tedious at all. Anyway, so those are my dining adventures this week. I took Mrs. M to physical therapy today and was going to take her to lunch afterwards, but we were in crisis mode, so I had to head back to the office. As it turned out, pretty much unnecessarily. Wish they'd give you an emote option to kill Mazog. I can mock him. Mazog is disappointed. We've got a runner. Come on, try to keep up, Mazog. We've got a dead elf. I'll close my bags as to not trigger the viewers. Where you going, Mazog? Nice little counter move. God bless it. You were not able to reach Archidor before Mazog. Really? I freaking hate this. I get to start all over.
The hidden guard departs for Radier's course through the Drownholt at midnight.
Yeah, this sucks a lot of ass. Yeah, I don't really care what you do. What I'd really like you to do is get a sledgehammer and hobble Mazog, so they don't have to run this a third time. No, I know I need to not let him get away from me. That was how I remembered this. I figured if I stayed with Mazog, it was enough. I was not correct. Your super hidden Bog Lurker Slayer deed, yeah. Bog Lurker Slayer of Mirkwood. That's an important title. I don't know why Mazog leads in going through the cave. You can probably run way ahead of him if you know the destination. Yeah, I was basically right next to him at the end, too. It's like, really? You're going to fail me on this? Because... why? Oh, well. I'm fond of saying if it were easy, it wouldn't be as much fun. This is my I'm having fun face. Hello, Red Ear. Oh, before we go on, I almost forgot. I wanted to shout out somebody who commented on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I mentioned it, I think Tuesday night. I was rather amused. 1660 specifically. There's me prattling on about something. Johnny Wick 1110 made the comment. I was rather amused by it. Always great to see older people enjoying games, just sitting back and enjoying the ride, which is what you should do in life. What you love, playing games, is no exception. So I commented back. I was disappointed because I figured I looked like a kid since I shaved the beard. So that's all right. But glad he was watching the replays, and I appreciate everybody who watches the replays on YouTube. Some folks do come in here and find us live. I do read the comments on YouTube if anybody bothers to post anything, and there's occasionally something amusing over there. So I thought with all the gray hair shaved off from the beard, I would look like a kid again, but I guess not. I'll have to wear a baseball cap sideways or something. Secure Mazog shackles. Here we go. See, why is Mazog ahead of me? I'm following the torches. Oh, not too good. I'm on a second run of this, which kind of ticks me off. Hi, Bacchus. So as long as I follow these torches, I should beat them there way ahead of time. There we go. I'll also leave him behind and wait for him to catch up. We have arrived at the Haunted Inn. I'm headed to the front porch. I mostly posted it for Zinger Bacchus because I know how much he loves computer hardware talk, but I actually finally got time to install the new video card and the new PC today, and ran and posted the benchmark results for Uni-Engine superposition, and the results from both my old and my new PC. Pretty eye-opening. I thought that was pretty cool. I know Zinger was fascinated by it.
I do not know what we can do.
Those are actually better than the boots I'm wearing.
I know Radir would be wroth if we were to abandon her.
Dornell says I might do a sneaky weekend stream to test OBS and try diamond painting out for the first time. That sounds fun. But Dornell will be back to streaming Wednesday. Also good. Well, as long as I accidentally popped up the Lotro store. Skill and Slayer Deed Boost. We will redeem the code Skill and Slay. Skill and Slay redeemed. Jealous? Thought so. I'm glad they put might on a stealth cloak. Ooh, handy code. Thanks, Ed. Oh, no problem. Like I said, I thought as long as I already had it open. Outside the haunted inn, overlooking the view from the cliffs. I think he's right over here.
My elves prepare for another skirmish. A strike against the ruins
Strike
of
against
Dunenglor.
Danenglor. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do this, is I hadn't gotten skirmishes yet. And I thought I could get him just by rep or... But I think you have to go through the epic storyline in Mirkwood to get the Mirkwood skirmishes. And I like the Mirkwood skirmishes. They're all actually quite fun. These have been missing from the rotation. Strike against Danenglor. You need to progress the story, exactly.
Here
That's
at
a beast of a
Danenglor,
machine
the
you built,
enemy
Ed.
holds
Very
and
nice.
interrogates those they have captured in battle. The prisoners must be rescued swiftly.
Well, I have to admit it was a bit of a splurge, but... I spend so much time at home taking care of the missus that it's like, eh. I was rather amused to see wanting to upgrade. Now that's a different story. It's like last you a good few years before you need to upgrade. My old system's not that old. But one of the nice things about it is I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but if I end up selling it off, I'll still get really good money out of my current system. I mean, it's nice, it's fast, everything's relatively current. I'm gaming and streaming on it now. Die, villainous scum. Yeah, I kind of walked into that because I was mostly chatting and paying attention to the stream and not paying attention to the game. I guess I could pop up my archer. And maybe eat some food. Yummy, yummy Daleman's crams for a win. Forbin Kid says, I just picked up the Slayer Deed boost too. They always come in handy. You are not wrong. Anyway, what I was saying was Intel just released the 14900KS, which is their special golden sample 1490K. Boost to 6.2 gigahertz without overclocking. $700 retail. It's a 400 watt chip, and it's still not quite as fast as the 7800X3D in a lot of games. Intel will get back on top. It's just a matter of time, but they are not there yet. And the fact that the 7800X3D beats it while using a quarter of the power that it does. Pretty impressive. I was going to say, I suspect we have a counterattack coming our way. Counterattack has been defeated. The south entryway is secure. Excuse me. I do try to beat those. That one came on pretty suddenly. The West Bridge has been cleared. I claim this bridge for the free peoples. Superposition is a quantum physics term. The Uni engine benchmark just, I don't know, it looks like it's supposed to be a scene from a physics lab. It's just a good DirectX 11, DirectX 12 benchmark. It's fairly recent. I think we get a second counterattack. Yeah, here they come. Counterattack has been defeated. See who's blowing this horn. It's a troll. New deed, strike against Danaglor. Ficklick has fallen to your blow. I need to go up here. Go ahead and go around. Counterattack? So that stays locked. Ancient Guardian of the Courtyard. I think the courtyard's down below. See if we can spot this Ancient Guardian. Hello, Ancient Guardian. Where are you? I think he's close. There he is. He did not make it. Okay, we're mostly healed up now. They did not make it. And that bat did not make it. Owen 32 checking in. Hi, Owen. No counterattacks. It's pretty lightly populated. Come here, you. Oh, you're finished now, pal. Goodbye. You are welcome. And there is a treasure cache right behind that wall, but I'm still 18 levels away from being able to collect it.
Tarnanglor is ours, and it is to be hoped the Meravile will not return. Our situation here is little changed. I worried that the Grey Hammers would be a problem, but what could I say about it?
Been doing any streaming lately, Owen? A little Grand Theft Auto 5, maybe? Nothing wrong with that.
Two of my brothers have up and gone missing in the swamp.
Oh, I hate this one too. Ugh. It's got to be done though. Nah, I leave that to the professionals like you. Yeah, it's me. I'm the height of professionalism. That's hilarious. do have to be a little careful. There are some roving threats in Mirkwood, and they are no joke. They're typically designed for level 100 fellowships. Mirkwood is one of the most challenging regions to find and get all of the roving threats. It's a big region and they are spread out all over creation. It can be quite a challenge just to even find them all, much less defeat them. Yeah, it looks like you found one of them and he just ups and disappears. It's like, why would you do that? Oh, it's still marking the same location. Yeah, if anybody has any quick tips for me on this particular section of the quest line, I'd love to hear them. Because I think at this point my solution is just ride around frantically all over the swamp and hope I see them. At least with the war steed, it's going to make a little less work out of it. Stilgar just disappeared. Thank you, Stilgar. It's between this and the Scuttle Dells what my two least favorite parts of Mirkwood are. So this place sucks, and the Scuttle Dells sucks. How long must we wait to run Seasonal Instance again? That's a good question. How long do you have to wait between Seasonal Instance runs? Is it 24 full hours? Is it server reset? Inquiring minds wish to know. I have to search and see if the missing dwarves are hiding under the scarn. They are dwarves after all. It would be a likely place for them to hide out. Anybody see a dwarf hanging out here? There should be daily on the locks like 3 a.m. Eastern. There you go, inquiring minds. Just start brewing the coffee now. You'll be able to run it again in a few hours. There's an actual ring here. Is this actually one of those turd dwarves, finally? It is. Good deal. Maybe this is on a timer and you just have to ride around in circles long enough. There's the other one, pretty close by. Okay, that wasn't so horrible. I seem to recall this taking a lot longer. Maybe the fact that they're both by rich scarn deposits helped me find them. Oh, I see, not smart at all. It will let me run it, just can't get prize. Yeah, there you go. Ride for the Haunted Inn and for glory. This is where you want to be careful to not ride directly into a roving threat. That could be a day wrecker. Oh, this is a camp. Okay. Interesting.
What can I do for you?
I did not realize I hadn't visited this yet.
What do you need?
I need a lover that won't drive me crazy. Some girl who will thrill me and then go away. It's not a bad area to quest because there are a lot of quests to be picked up here. They can be knocked out in fairly short order. A ride to the Haunted Inn. While I ride to the Haunted Inn, I'm going to grab another Coke Zero. Cheerstream hype, y'all. Cheerstream hype. Oh. Looks like I am faster than my stable master's horse. That's okay. It's one of the best parts about being free to play. The stable master rides give you a chance to stretch, go get food, take a bio break, grab a fresh drink. It's like built-in intermission. Smoky 95s, because can you tell me why this game, more than World of Warcraft, it's not more expensive? Well, it's kind of a funny thing. Lord of the Rings and Dungeons and Dragons Online were both developed by originally Turbine Games. They got spun off to Standing Stone Games when Warner Brothers decided they wanted to get out of the MMO business. And the development team actually bought the games back from Warner Brothers, which is neither here nor there. Lord of the Rings Online was doing fine, but Dungeons and Dragons Online was struggling a while back, back when Warner Brothers still owned them. And they decided to take Dungeons and Dragons Online free to play. and it was one of the first major retail MMOs to go free to play. It was so successful that they decided to do it with Lord of the Rings Online also. And I mean, they'll never make the revenue that World of Warcraft makes or made, but at the same time, it did expand the audience for both games tremendously. And with the expanded player base, enough players were happy to pay for the premiums and the conveniences that the subscription provides, that the money came flowing in. It was greater than if they were only selling the game. And it's just worked out really well. The game stayed strong and healthy. Dungeons and Dragons Online has stayed fairly healthy, is my understanding. I'm not as familiar with that game's current trends in the community and whatnot. But I haven't heard anything negative or dire about Dungeons and Dragons Online. I've played it. It's a good game. Just, who's got time for more than one or two MMOs? Yeah, Lotro's just been very successful adapting to the free-to-play models. It's got one of the best free-to-play models probably ever. And I'm known as the free-to-play guy. I've never subscribed to Lotro. I joke that I might be the only 16-year, soon-to-be 17-year free-to-play Lotro player. I had a beta invite, played back in beta, liked the game, but was playing a couple of other MMOs, Asheron's Call, which was Turbine's original MMO, and I was also subscribing to EVE Online at the time. And I thought, yeah, this Lotro looks okay. I don't know if I really want to do anything about it right now. And it wasn't until after the game went free to play that I came back to it, and I was able to use my original beta account and still had characters. And once I started poking around and I got out of Breland, I hit level 20 and I went out to the Lone Lands and saw Weathertop and saw the Circle of Blood and went out to Ostgaruth. It was like, oh, there's a whole great big world out here to explore, and there's a lot more variety of monsters and dungeons and points of interest in the game than what I originally thought there was going to be. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And I've stuck with it and really enjoyed the game for a very long time. I've never spent a nickel of my own money on Lord of the Rings Online. I've got almost the entire game completely unlocked. I'm waiting for them to add Umbar to the store in about 45 days. I've got the Lotro points built up to buy it. But if you just play the game and you're patient, you don't have to spend any money on it. If you do spend money on it, it's money well spent. You unlock fast travel, you unlock mail anywhere, you get 500 bonus points per month for the Lotro store so that you can upgrade your account faster, get more storage, get more character slots, all the things that are good to spend your premium currencies on. But you don't have to spend a nickel if you don't want to. The option's there, and most players are like, yeah, I'd rather spend the money. It's a great game. I'm having fun playing it. And I think one of the key elements that attracts people to Lotro, that keeps us coming back, the storytelling is really extraordinarily well done. I'm doing a set of the Epic Quest line right now in Mirkwood, called The Hidden Guard, and it's pretty cool. It's a really good storyline. Talk to Braun in the cellar. We ride for the cellar and for glory. Yeah, nice. Thanks for the answer. Sorry if that's a little long-winded. But yeah, I mean, those are two of the strengths of Lord of the Rings Online. Great storytelling and a great free-to-play model. But if you start playing free-to-play, odds are you'll be hooked enough to where you'll be like, $99 a year for VIP. Yeah, take my money. Probably need to sell some stuff. Alright, back upstairs to vendor. Inventory management is always key. Yeah, that's Lotro. Great community, great storytelling, expansive, huge game world. And it's really a nice realization of Tolkien's Middle Earth. I've played other MMOs where it's not so much a world as it is a bunch of leveling zones sort of stitched together. Lotro has a much more cohesive feel to it. Middle Earth feels like there's stuff going on whether or not you're there. And the fact that you also get to weave your storyline in and out parallel to the movie characters and the book characters is also pretty cool. There will be instances where you need to help Legolas with something, or you run into the Fellowship on their way to go somewhere and you're going somewhere else. All the main characters are in the game, not just the good guys either. You'll run into Gollum, you'll run into Saruman, you'll run into Grima Wormtongue, and to interact with all those characters that you know from the books and the movies is it just adds an extra set of fun to the game. I enjoy that part of it. They don't club you over the head with it. It's not constant, but when it happens, it's like, oh, cool.
If not for the Lord and Lady, we would fall.
But I can't advance this quest line until I clear out some pack space, so that's what I'm working on right now. Sell that Cloak of the Grey Hammer. It's an old bracelet I'm not wearing anymore. Gorgeous ear I don't need. Tapered beak that's not worth anything. Major essence I should probably go ahead and mail to Zinger. Zinger loves essence armor. It's his jam. Gorgeous fur I don't need. I'm pretty sure I don't need any more Dawn Roses either. I'm just going to sell those. If that was a horrible, horrible mistake, I'm sure I'll be able to live with it. Broken metal clubs are vendor fodder. Owen 32 says, might run into Owen's song. Nice. Ponton and Finberry says, if you ever see Ed spend money on Lotro, then something has happened to the real Ed. Well, that's not entirely fair. I mean, it's my problem is I'm kind of a unicorn. Sorry, you were muted. Can you say all that again? Yeah, Zinger. What was I about to say? My problem is that I've got such a reputation for being the free-to-play guy that I think people would be like, what? Ed paid money? Oh no. I have to stand as proof that you don't have to pay money to play Lotro. I'm going to equip those shoulder pads and sell these. Get rid of those potions of cures. Bacchus is always telling me I collect way too many potions I never end up using. He's probably not wrong. That's quite a collection of them. Like the distilled and the pure. A lot of pure ones. Let's sell those off. I should really only keep the top couple stacks, unless they're really small, which they are, so I should probably keep the top 3 stacks. So let's do a search for Alpheus. I must have typed it wrong. Still not right, still not right. Oh, Athelus. I'm an idiot. You guys already knew that. So we can sell the pure ones and the distilled ones. And I'll keep the rest, but I have a lot of pure ones to sell. Is that another stack of 50? Westfold, Potent. Yeah, those are level 60. They're not quite useless yet. There's the other stack of pure. So that recovers some pack space, makes Bacchus happy, which isn't easy to do.
I fear we are beset on all sides.
What did I just buy? I didn't want to buy that. I feel cheated. I feel like the game is unfair. Can Ed spot the bounties in his inventory? He can! Hooray for me. Alright. I have cleared bag space. So the 5 tenets of quality Lotro streaming, as you're all aware, are Ed shall fish, Ed shall craft, Ed shall manage thy inventory, Ed shall do task item turn-ins, and Ed shall eat on camera. Bacchus says, I would agree with Bacchus. The martyr of Middle-earth. It's almost incalculable, Gipio. My current Steam install has me closing in on 6,000 hours. But I don't know if that's for all accounts or not. And the other side of the coin is I had a Java update break all of my game links a long time ago, and I had to reinstall Steam in all of my Steam games, and it reset the clock. I don't know how many hours I had in before that happened, so I couldn't even guess. I can tell you that I've spent 2 weeks, 7 hours, 2 minutes, and 30 seconds on Dardanissa. Lotro Companion can pull data for all characters, but that's per account, right? I have 4 accounts. I've played so much Lotro, I actually found an account that I forgot I had. And I forget what it was, but something caused me to go research something about my Standing Stone Games accounts, and there was a reference to something. I'm like, that can't possibly be another account under a different pseudonym, is it? Yeah, sure enough it was. I was like, wow. Okay, I was coming down here to talk to him when I had to go upstairs to vendor stuff. Here he is.
This waiting wears thin. The elves have still not decided which way to go. Someone must take charge, or it will be next winter before we advance a single step.
Let us move directly eastward to Dol Guldur by the straightest way.
We should head south through the stony reaches of Tower Morvi.
The enemy would never expect us to take the road through the Scuttle Dells.
It's because the Scuttle Dells sucks. Nobody wants to go through the Scuttle Dells. It's a dumb suggestion. Doesn't suck as much as the Drownholt does, because the Drownholt really sucks. Do not like that swamp. This must be the dude out on the porch. Freelancer says the Scuttle Dells rocks.
Ask 3 elves which way is best to take, and you will receive 3 answers, each different.
Nice. There you go. Singer's always good for good advice. Because nobody else is there to interfere. I am trying to do some catch-up work tonight. I need to do the epic storyline in Mirkwood so I can unlock the Mirkwood instances. Be right back. Got to make tea and popcorn to celebrate. Nice. Tea and popcorn both sound pretty good. Although if I made popcorn, it would probably wake up Mrs. M, and then I wouldn't get to eat the popcorn anyway. She'd be like, oh, I'll take some popcorn. And by some, I mean all of it. Well, I'm here to aid somebody.
Is the road of the Maladthream also that of the Hidden God? Should it be?
Hey Zinger, if you're around and you don't mind walking me through the parkour of this area, that would be cool. Haven't done that on this character yet. There's a hidden deed here. Hello, Goblin. What are these rocks I need to hide behind? I think here's one. Die, villainous scum. One. 30 more minutes, so no popcorn. Got to be awake tomorrow to do Peeps taxes. I still have to do my taxes. Ugh. I think I actually have to kill the orcs. I just have to note that there's literally orcs behind every stone. Maybe if I get a nice tax return, I'll upgrade my PC again. Just kidding. Freelancer, did you check out the benchmarks I posted in Big Ed's PC advice in Discord? Caesar took my money, but there's always next year. Yeah. Last year was pretty brutal. I was on healthcare.gov healthcare for the first half of the year, and then I got a couple of new jobs, and I went from really good to spectacular, and then they were like, "Oh, you got this healthcare, and yeah, you made too much money, so you're gonna have to pay back all of the premiums we kicked in for." And it was like, ooh, that wasn't fun.
What is safe for the Golden Host is not safe for the errand of the Hidden Guard.
Candace says that must have cost an arm and a leg for that new setup. It wasn't outrageous. It was a couple of bucks. I literally just, I've been buying it piece by piece. It started with those two NVMe drives I bought. I caught those Solidigm 2 terabyte Gen 4 drives. They were $62 on sale, and it's like, holy crap, I'm going to buy a pair of those. So I ordered 2 of those drives, and I've had them sitting here for months and months, and it was like, I should eventually figure out something to put those in. And I built a couple of AM5 systems for friends, and they both turned out really nice and really fast and cool. And right after I bought those drives, I read that the major memory manufacturers were going to be scaling back production to try to get cost up, margins back up. Because, I mean, solid state drives were selling for nothing 6 months ago. $62 for a 2 terabyte NVMe drive. It'll cost you double that now. So I bought those drives at exactly the right time. Well, I ordered a DDR5 6000 mega transfer RAM kit shortly thereafter because I figured, well, if solid state drives are going to go up, memory probably will too. And RAM prices have gone up a little, but not very much. They're still not too far off of their lows from last summer. And but I ordered the kit because I thought, well, if the drives go up, the RAM will probably go up too, and it's a little more pricey, but not really. But I ordered some CAS 30 DDR5 6000 mega transfer memory. Actually sprung 10 extra bucks to get RGB memory, which turned out to be a waste of money after I got the rest of the setup. My cooler I ordered, I got a Thermalright Peerless Assassin.
I do not know if the
And the
southern
cooler's
winds
big
are
enough it
ready
actually
for
covers
hidden
up one of the RAM sticks. So it's like, okay. Assess the orc presence. Yeah, it's not light. There's a few orcs out here. But yeah, I've just been buying it piece by piece, and if payday comes and goes, and I had a couple of extra shekels left over, it was like, yeah, right. So I ordered a motherboard, and because I knew I was gonna go AM5, and although that wasn't a foregone conclusion, I think I actually did look at what was available for Intel several times. Because it seems like the 13th gen stuff is still fairly pricey, but Intel's been really making some aggressive price cuts on 12th gen, and the 12th gen stuff is still plenty fast. I mean, it's nice, but they've got 3 generations on LGA 1700, and they wanted to move out some of the 12th gen stuff. I think I saw the 12400F was like $147 right now. That's a great chip for a budget gaming build. So I mean I'm trying to be agnostic. I've bought a lot of AMD hardware, but it really is dependent on just what the best deal is at the time I'm ready to purchase something. My niece has a 10400F with a GTX 980 video card. I mean, she mostly plays The Sims and Stardew Valley, so it's probably still overkill for what she needs. But the point being, okay, I'm like, why is the quest tracker not leading me anywhere? Because I didn't have the right quest selected. NVIDIA makes great products, Intel makes great products. For whatever reason, I usually seem to go AMD. And it's not that it's better, it's usually better value, is what it boils down to. I don't really have anything that needs ray tracing that I play. I do have Control, which was one of the early showpieces for ray tracing. Make note of the orc presence. So do I just go back now? Okay, so I need to find somebody near here, which will be easy enough to do. I'll just stealth up.
More orcs are coming up from the south. You must help me.
Die, villainous scum. Canna says, I just started a Berg on Crick. I'm playing Blue Line. I'm level 20. Any suggestions? What craft should I choose? If you're not going to change it around, I like Scholar for burglars, because you get weaponsmithing and all the Scholar stuff is useful. Weaponsmithing is nice because you can make the burglar tricks. I don't know a lot of players who use them, but I like having marbles and caltrops. It's just like getting 2 extra free abilities. You can stun people. They help you escape from if you get caught in a tough fight. Caltrops and marbles will both help you slip away. They're almost as good as a flop. They kind of nerfed burglar throwing weapons when they gave them the dagger ability. In fact, it's kind of pathetic how far the crafted weapons got nerfed. I don't really need to talk to you. Banner Day, Poke in the Eye. These are fun quests too if you like killing orcs, which I normally do. But I gotta stay focused. I gotta stay on the storyline and get these skirmishes unlocked. So that's what I'll focus on. Scholar and Weaponsmith for Bergs, I think, are both handy. Scholar's
This
good
way
for
is
any
not
class.
safe. The hidden guard must find another route.
We've got a sword. We've got another sword. We've got a mace. None of these are particularly useful. And enchantment runes are fine. Completed Scouting Tar Morvith. And we ride for the Scuttle Dells. Yay. We will do it from horseback. And have ultimate gear, consumables, etc. If it were me, well, I'm going to say that, and of course I am running a burglar, so let's see what I've actually picked. I think I'm Prospector, Weaponsmith, Jeweler, which is a good combination. I think Prospector, Weaponsmith, Scholar would also be a good combination. I just like Jewelers. That's just a weird thing with me. My original character from Beta is Galadriel, my elf champion on Arkenstone. And I made her a jeweler back in the day because I loved the idea of a bejeweled warrior going into battle and bedazzling her opponents with her sparkliness. Kind of like Conan's girlfriend after she died. If you guys remember the original Conan the Barbarian movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, she comes back as this glimmering, shimmering essence of warriorness. Saves Conan's life. That was my original vision for Galadriel. I managed to not aggro the black dog.
Hail and well met.
Collect
It is good to speak with an ally.
venom samples from spiders in the Scuttle Dells. That's going to be the undead. I wonder if there's an undead slayer deed. Let's check. Nope. Would have come up and said new slayer deed. Dead stuff. Canna says, I finally got my ships back from World of Warships, except for my premium ships. Have to put in another ticket. Oh, that's annoying. You can kill 15 spiders every day there for a +2 ruin. Or a +2 rune, excuse me. Not ruin. Do not ruin your rune. I'm gonna keep hitting the Coke Zero. It's been a long week at work, guys. Sorry. The one saving grace is that I did get plenty of sleep last night. Well, plenty for me. I got about 6 hours last night, which is more than I get a lot of days. But, just got off to a late start. Didn't get a chance to patch early. Of course, I was fiddling with the new PC. I could have patched earlier if I'd have remembered. I'm nobody to blame but myself. Somewhere there are going to be spiders. I will find them. Naval battle engagement phase is on. It's base XP, only co-op and random battles. Oh, interesting. It seems arbitrary. I guess it's good that co-op counts. I play World of Warships on Sunday night with mostly a bunch of Lotro players. I think it helps that most Lotro players are all the same kind of weird. Maybe that's not the right way to phrase it. Oh, the venom samples don't drop every time. You have to kill a bunch of spiders to get them. Those types of collection quests are always fun. Why did that spider not count? Apparently the silks aren't one-to-one either. Might have to kill 100 spiders. That was a big one. You get many more of them in the cave than in the open. Well, I was headed for the cave. I seem to remember that being the case. There's a treasure cache in here, too. Oh, watch your step there. Hopefully somebody left a sandwich in this backpack. Also, fun fact, if you want to know who Freelancer's favorite streamer of all time is, all you have to do is come to Lotro stream on Friday night and type exclamation point, "Oh, Big Ed Mustafa." Thank you, Freelancer. That was really nice of you to put that in there. Hey, wouldn't you love to be a fly on the wall at Freelancer's house? Clearly off his meds. There you go. It could be true. Most of the viewers don't know. Besides, I'll bet if you made a list, I bet I'm probably top 100. Maybe top 200, but maybe top 100. It could be true. And we're out the back of the cave. We'll just get stealthy. I don't want to spend the rest of the night fighting junk in the scuttle dells. It's dark out here. What was it? Control F? No, that's frame rate. There we go. Now we got the lantern going. Asking you the streamers I still sub at T3. Candace says you'd have to drink several pots of coffee and stay up most of the night talking about nonsense. That's true. That's okay, Freelancer. I value your friendship much more than your financial support. My streams are mostly to amuse me, and if other people enjoy them, that's just a bonus.
In small quantities, it appears that this venom need not be fatal.
Owen 32 says, I've been baffled that my level 66 character, which has the Seeker of Deep Places title, has gone through Epic Volume 2, Book 1, Chapter 13, had LIs before the change, now cannot access the room in Rivendell. That's a good point. What would the holdup be there? He asked, thinking out loud. Don't fall. I'm gonna fall. Just when I was out, they pulled me back in. I'm gonna Godfather 3 the Scuttle Dells there. talked to them before. That's not who I need to talk to now. Apparently not. Oh, this is one of the quest turn-ins here.
Greetings to you.
Oh, they did finally update this. Instead of getting one of those old tomes, I get legendary runes now. And now it's back to the Haunted Inn. Zinger says, when you hover your cursor over the door to the archive of traceries, is there a red message that appears that says why you can't get in? Excellent question, Zinger. Also, I'll suggest it again, Zinger, if you want to run me through the parkour deed here, I would graciously accept your help. Or maybe I should say gratefully accept your help. I know the parkour if Zinger isn't available. I'd welcome it. I'm here. I don't know if I'm going to be coming back anytime soon. I'd like to knock it out. That would be fun. There is no door icon when I cursor over it, he says. Singer's given up on me as being uncoachable, Garther. On my way to Ostgalad. I don't have swift travel since I haven't done the deeds yet. For shame, for shame. Oh, excuse me. I don't know, I've got enough task items to do any task item turn-ins. Not a request for people to send me any, just making a comment. Just observing. I think it starts up in this tower. Or I'm wrong, one of the two. Somebody just came crashing down. Well, looks like they're doing it now themselves. Cool. There it is. Miss Kellebolf. And there's Highcliff. I need to jump this from horseback if I recall correctly. And I missed. I think that's okay if I remember. There's a way to get back up down here. Yeah. Not the first time I've missed that jump. Am I going all the way up? There we go. Completed Mirkwood Tower Climber. It's definitely a circuitous path to get over here. Hidden Deed. Is that Eddie Garther? Did I miss anything? Sometimes it won't register the trigger points if you're mounted. Best to dismount at the top of both towers. I was unmounted at both. That was just fortunate. Ninth Pawn says I still need to grab that on so many of my alts. Ninth Pawn, how the heck are you, bud? Ninth Pawn's one of my moderators, but I think he forgot that I still stream. I'm just razzing him. He comes by occasionally. I'm doing good. You? I'm doing good. Mrs. M's doing good. She had physical therapy today, and I got her some pork fried rice for lunch. She was happy about that. And for St. Patrick's Day, we're going to meet some friends for Mexican food. Because if it's St. Patrick's Day, you want to go out for Chinese or Mexican. You don't want to go anywhere near an Irish pub. Although, I had to go shopping again today. I just got groceries delivered and picked up a bunch of stuff. And she kept asking for corned beef and cabbage, and I thought they were going to cook it at the food court at work, and they didn't have any corned beef and cabbage. So she's like, I want corned beef and cabbage. I want corned beef. So I had to stop, and I bought a little over a 3-pound brisket, a flat, and then got cabbage and potatoes, and I've got carrot and onion in the fridge already. And I bought a quart of Miller High Life to braise the corned beef in. It's the first time I've bought beer in a long time. It was $2.99 for a 32-ounce can. can't go wrong with pork fried rice. I agree. I had originally ordered that as my dinner. And I ordered pork egg foo young for her because she normally goes after the egg foo young. And she was like, I want the pork fried rice. And then she didn't eat most of it, so I saved it for her for another meal. Did you get carded, you know, with the clean face and all? I was disappointed I did not get carded. In fact, I think the cashier made a joke about it. I was like, I might not be old enough. I got grocery store clerks not carding me when I try to buy beer. I've got people on YouTube saying it's nice to see old people enjoying video games. Man. I'm going to have to go buy a sports car or something to make myself feel younger. No points of fishing yet, but I have caught a few game fish. I've got 3 flounder and a largemouth bass. That's 4 gold pieces right there, baby. That ain't bad. Lyra says, I'd have carded you 100%. Yeah, a lot of stores do it as policy. I had my driver's license in my hand. I was ready to go, but they didn't feel the need. Had the eye doctor tell me you have beginning cataracts, but that's normal for your age. Ed drinks beer? I thought he only drank Coke Zero. The beer is not for drinking, Gipio. It's for braising the corned beef in. Yeah, Lyra reminded you that beer was for cooking. Gipio doesn't listen. That's why I'm yelling at him at Apex all the time. Plus, he's a Broncos fan. Have you ever been tempted to braise with Coke Zero? No, it would be a waste of good drinking Coke Zero. The one benefit of having to go to the store to buy groceries again was I walked in, I was like, oh, Coke Zero, $2.99 a 6-pack. So I picked up another half a case, even though I had almost a full case of soda in the fridge. Hey, I finally got a point of fishing. I'm at 125. Ooh, I'll be able to get my Rohirric fishing rod pretty soon. That'll be nice. I've seen recipes. There's different things you can cook with Coke, with Dr. Pepper. I think Dr. Pepper gets used in barbecue recipes a lot because it's popular in the South. And then, I don't know if Adornell's ever heard of this before. There's a pretty popular adobo recipe where you use Sprite in the adobo sauce just to add sweetness and citrusy notes. I haven't tried it myself. I haven't made any adobo in a while now. I should probably... I keep looking at pork butt roasts. My problem is Mrs. M claims to not be a big fan of pork. So if I make a big old pot of pork adobo, I'm going to be eating the whole thing myself. Which is fine with me, other than the fact that it might take me a while to finish it. Haunted Inn. Alright, here we go. Ooh, I'm riding an elk. Inquiring Mind says, don't know how it would work for what you're cooking, but Bear and Burton's W sauce, amazing with chicken. Adornell says, I have heard of that, yeah, but isn't something that I myself and my mom's family does. Interesting, the things you can use for cooking. Yeah. I still have your adobo recipe saved. I've got a notepad note right on my desktop that says Adornell's Notes on Adobo. But I don't recall you making yours particularly sweet. I think my work buddies' in-laws tend to add a lot of sugar to their adobo. They like it sweeter. I don't recall that being a thing you did. Marinating overnight, throw in the smoker, yum. Yeah, I wouldn't try cooking with probably any diet soda. I don't know how the artificial sweeteners would react to the heat. That would be a concern. Now, the one I make is the one my mom learned from her mother and grandparents back home in her village in the Philippines. Well, there you go. That sounds pretty authentic to me. Mrs. M got excited when I told her I picked up everything I think I need to make ground beef bulgogi. But by the time I got home and did the grocery shop, and I didn't feel like doing a lot of cooking tonight, the heck did I get home and she's like, did you get me a peanut butter chocolate egg like I wanted? Yes. I suppose you're not going to give it to me until later? It's like, well, you should save it for dessert. It's like, no, I want it now. I'm like, okay, here you go. And then she's like, can I get some celery and peanut butter?
I see.
I'm like,
Your information has helped me decide what we must do.
why don't we work on dinner first? And she's like, no, I want peanut butter and celery. And I was trying to get the new video card installed, so she was kind of making me owly. One of the cool things about the video card, I got the Sapphire Pulse 7900 XT. It actually came with its own anti-sag bracket included with the card, which I thought was kind of a nice touch. A lot of times those will sell for $10 or $20 separately. What was I prattling on about? Oh, dinner tonight. So she wanted peanut butter and celery, so I chopped up 3 stalks of celery and filled them with peanut butter, and that kept her quiet for a while. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to cook the corned beef tonight, but
the feeling of dread that hangs over Odegaim.
reassure nervous maladrim. Yeah, I can go do that. I was like, well, I'm not going to cook the corned beef tonight. It's a little late. It wouldn't be ready until much later. But if you want, I can make you a corned beef sandwich. I'd ordered pastrami from the deli with the grocery delivery, and they were out of it apparently. So they substituted corned beef instead of pastrami. But the corned beef, the roast beef, and now the pastrami, I've tried all 3 of them from my Walmart neighborhood grocery deli. It's beautiful. All of it's really nice. They slice it thin. It's really good quality cold cuts. And I'm paying like $11 a pound for this stuff, but I can make 5 or 6 nice sandwiches with it. And it's like, okay, that was a lot cheaper than running out and buying a sandwich. So it's sort of like, it's not cheap, but it's actually still saving me money. So I don't mind it too much. And then I made 2 corned beef sandwiches.
We cannot move on from Odegaim quickly enough for me.
On whole wheat with pepper jack cheese, mustard, and pickle. And I cut them in half, and I gave her 1/2 of one of the sandwiches, and I ate a sandwich and a half, and that was pretty much dinner. Oh, and I had some salt and pepper pork rinds open, so I opened the bag, and we had salt and pepper chicharrones and corned beef sandwiches for dinner. latex glove flavored adobo, exactly. Well, time to go. I bid you all adieu. I think you're awesome. Thanks. You care about peeps and do a great job. Good night, all. Parting is such sweet sorrow. We'll see you next time, Inquiring Minds. Have a good one. Yeah, my XFX card came with one too, and in my case has a built-in GPU support. I'm using both to be on the safe side. Bacchus is a belt and suspenders guy. Plus, he's got one up on me. He's got the 7900 XTX.
There is something about Odegeim that makes me uneasy as well. Now that the decision has been made, my mind is more at ease. The Scuttledales are full of danger. Now the Hidden Guard must brave the dangerous woods and canyons of the Scuttledales, home to the Saberthiel, a brood of venomous spiders that will brook no intrusion.
Don't kill Mazog. Defend Mazog. What is that? Not this way. Not this way. They did not make it. Talk to a serial beyond the web. Yeah, one of the things that's been funny about this new PC build, Bacchus, is so I've got the 6 heat pipe twin tower cooler, the 750 watt gold rated power supply, that new video card. This is one of the heaviest PCs I think I've built in a really long time. I kind of like small and light and energy efficient. It's not that this isn't energy efficient, but man, I've got some heavy components in here compared to what I'm used to dealing with. Yeah, I normally try to stick with 65 watt chips and mid-range video cards. This was a little bit of a splurge for me. Here come the fellas. Though running three 32-inch monitors doesn't help that much. Yeah, that's a fair bit of juice too. Oh, that reminds me. I think I gave Mr. Christoph my old 19-inch Yamaha monitor. I still had a CRT monitor laying around when I moved last summer. And I was like, here, you should take this along with the Amiga. I don't know if he's ever done anything with it. Oh no. I'm trying to break free. There is a Spiders in the Scuttadell Slayer deed? Who knew? Grievously injured, their fates are uncertain. I do not know if we can face this foe. We will die honorably as members of the Hidden Guard. You are not alone. We will stand with you. Sigilith, Kucheron. It's probably Kucheron. We're back. The Cereal and Browen are here.
Though all oppose me, I shall slay a single orc should a Suriel die on this ill-omened journey. Ha! The hidden guard? They cannot guard even themselves.
Marzok cannot die.
Gloves of the Hidden Guard. Not that great, actually.
I know of an antidote.
Ooh, nice. Kindred with the Maladrim. That should also complete... No, maybe I haven't finished with Rivendell. That's funny. The last elf faction I have to complete rep with is Rivendell. That's hilarious. And embarrassing. Maladrim, Galadrim... How far off am I with Rivendell? I did not get Elf Ambassador yet. There it is, Elves of Rivendell, barely ally. That'll be easy enough to finish up. Collect a rare flower. And a venom sac. Alright, that all sounds peachy keen, but that's going to have to wait for another time, y'all. It's very late. And I have to take Mrs. M to dialysis in 4 hours, so I have to go sleep fast. My thanks to Egarther for helping me walk through the Tower Climber deed. My thanks to all of you for hanging out tonight. I had fun playing. I hope you had fun watching. And yeah, I'll be on my stream tomorrow and Saturday, or tomorrow and Sunday. It's today's Saturday. I'm a little punchy. Come by and say hello. And yeah, we'll see you guys all again soon. Thanks everybody for watching. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Let's see which one of our friends is streaming. French Girl Gaming is up streaming Lotro. Celestia is streaming Elder Scrolls Online. Aubrey the Weird One is streaming Lotro. She's got a bunch of viewers tonight, doing good. You can say hi to Aubrey. You can say hi to Celestia. I'm going to raid French Girl Gaming because she's a fellow Lotro Stream Team member. Be sure to say hi to her. And have a great weekend, everybody. If you're going to go out and celebrate St. Patrick's Day on Sunday, please do so safely. Do not end up in jail. That would be bad. So, have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the weekend and the holiday. I'll be cooking some corned beef for Mrs. M. Peace out.